Welcome to the first edition of Darren Long's Security Officer channel, live from the busted ass Mini, who needs a whole lot of love, on my new iPhone 6 because Stupid set his iPhone 5S down in the hood and didn't realize that till 30 minutes later, and so no more 5S. So, this is the first episode of the Security Officer channel. We're going to talk about why you should have a camera. This is not a tech review, although I will say up front, the Taser Axon camera, which is on the side of my glasses here, the Taser body cam, and the Vivu, and maybe a Wolfcom camera. I don't know. I've never seen it except online. Maybe good for you to purchase. Not all that expensive. Not in my opinion. You know, a camera there won't cost over $600. Now, why should you have a camera? Of course, evidence collection, but most importantly, liability. Liability from who? Well, liability to protect you and your actions. In case you have to do something, you want people to see it. You know, video killed the he said, she said, and left nothing but cognitive distortion. And that's to say, you know, one person views the video and sees one thing, another views the video and sees another thing, you know, through their own personal experiences. But it's all recorded, it's unbiased, and, you know, no need for witnesses, or at least not a whole lot of them anyway. Liability from your company. Because some companies don't have post orders. Or they make amendments to those post orders, and well, you can't do this, you can't do that, you should do this, you should do that. You know, you want all that in evidence, recorded evidence, if at all possible, to protect you from your client. You know, because sometimes clients will want you to do things and you shouldn't do them according to policy, or maybe even according to law. So you need liability protection from them. I can give you a couple examples, but I can't do it. Anyway, even if your whole job is to observe and report, camera, liability. There's been people whose whole job was to observe and report and have gotten into fights. People have gotten their faces slashed. There's been people whose whole job was to observe and report even though they were armed. Had people threaten them with guns and come back with a couple people with guns. And, you know, a part of the evidence trail will be, you know, that initial interaction to justify what you did and why you did it. So those are important too. So management can't lie on you and say we didn't tell them to do that because they don't want the liability. So the client can't say, well, we didn't want him to do that, so they don't have the liability. You know, and what it all comes down to always is liability, liability, liability. Everybody else is out there protecting themselves. The client's protecting themselves. The security company's protecting themselves. You as a security officer damn sure need to be able to protect yourself. Now, one thing the videos aren't for is for YouTube. Had a couple of people want to get cameras so they can post what they do up on YouTube. Negative. You know, GRSE, I understand. It was really supposed to be about something different entirely altogether. They weren't really supposed to get out. But then we wanted to make these people world famous, me and a couple other people. But they weren't supposed to get out the way they got out. That was absolutely by accident. But anyway, never mind GRSE, because I've got plenty of videos that you'll never see that some of you might be interested in, but you can't see them because they're not for public consumption. They're there to save your ass, protect your ass. Now remember, camera's a double-edged sword, so if you do something wrong, it'll burn your ass too. Now, if you don't have a camera and you can't afford a camera, which I can understand because security officers for the most part don't get paid anything, you always got a phone. The phone always has an audio recorder on it. Feel free to use it, because some recorded evidence is better than no recorded evidence. And it should always be he said, she said, and keep things in proper context. Also, there's an app called Ustream. That's Ustream. And the great thing about Ustream is you can see it in real time. If any person who has that URL can see what you're doing in real time. But it also simultaneously uploads the video while it's recording to a server on the internet. So even if somebody took the phone, the video is already saved on the internet, on the server, on the net. They could smash the phone. The evidence is already there. And your ass will be saved. So this is Darren Long, Security Officer channel. We've been talking about why you should have a camera. No, we're not doing any tech reviews. You're going to have to do your own research on that. I will tell you, while the Taser Axon camera isn't as good as the GoPro as far as video resolution, it's still pretty good. It will be admissible in court. Its night vision is superior to the GoPro. So the Taser Axon body, of course, there's Vivu. I think Vivu squared, and I think Wolfcam or Wolf Camera or something. There's a whole lot of cameras out there. There's some available in Europe that aren't available in the U.S. and some available in the U.S. that aren't available in Europe. In any event, you should get a camera to protect your ass, whether or not you're doing anything or not. Even if your job is only to observe and report. And if your job is anything more, definitely should have a camera. If you're armed, you definitely should have a camera. You got a taser, definitely should have a camera. Camera. Get yourself a camera. And thank you for viewing the Security Officer video taken off my new iPhone 6. That's it.